Hi everyone, my name's Ben. I'm the founder of Bullring Crypto, and in this video I'm going to hopefully show you how you can create your own DeFi cash machine using Elk Finance. Nothing you're going to see in this video is financial advice. We've all got different means and circumstances, so just use this video as an information point that you can use as an anchor as you go off and you do your own research that will lead you to making a decision. I'm not a financial advisor. I've got no financial qualifications. In fact, I'm probably the last person that you should be taking any kind of financial advice off. I'm a passionate crypto student. I've been in the space 4.5 years. I've had some monumental wins, some monumental losses, and some experiences in between. Those experiences have led to some wisdom. And that wisdom I hope to pass on to you people so that you can navigate the crypto space with the least amount of friction as possible. So with all of that said, if you like my content, please feel free to give me a like or a comment. And if you're really ingrained in it, then by all means, hit that subscribe and bell notification. You'll get notifications every time that I do a new piece of video content. Right, let's get into the meat and gravy of this. Elk Finance is a DeFi platform I've been involved in right back since the early days. I think it's about 7 months now that I've been there. It's one of the only DeFi platforms that I have stuck to. I am a self-confessed DeFi ape. I jump from one place to the next, hunting the best yields. Not this kind of moon boy 2 billion% APY overnight, and then the token emission is that high, it just dumps to nothing. I don't mean that. What I mean is I hunt sustainable yields that I can make significant profit from not having to invest a lot of time per day. I don't want to be spending a lot of time per day messing about, maybe 20 minutes to 30 minutes per day, sorting out my farming, sorting out my staking, my DeFi operations. That's it. Set and forget. And also what I want to have is I want to have platforms that aren't going to rug. There's going to be no backdoor on the smart contracts. They're going to suck out the liquidity. I want ones that are being audited. I want all of those tick boxes done. So for me, it's about sustainability. It's about solid APRs and APYs, and it's about the least possible chance of rug. And of course, any extra bonuses are welcome. Yeah, I'm well up for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share my screen and I'm just going to show you some of the things that I do to create this cash machine. I've been retired now for many years. I've done lots and lots of things online, lots of things in crypto courses. I've just finished in July, I just finished the 90-day DeFi course teaching my students how they can actually profit in this space from the 6 different ways that we can be making serious gains in the DeFi space. So I've taught them that. That was really good. Lots and lots of those people made significant profits, which I was really proud about. And now I wanted to start helping the wider crypto community with some video content that they can take. And they, as I said, they can use as information to go and make some good, wise decisions out there. Okay, so let's have a look. Let me just share my screen. Here we go. Share screen. Okay, let's have a look. Right. Okay, so this is what we're met with when we have launched the app elk.finance. Yeah, if you want to just go Elk Finance, just do a Google search, launch the app, and you go here. Of course, if you want to read through the documents, you want to have a look at the fact they're creating a stable coin. If you want to look at, the token emissions, the tokenomics, all that sort of stuff, by all means, go and have a read through. When you're happy with all of that from the main website, before you click onto, I'm just going to remove these on the right-hand side here. They annoy me, all of these token updates. There we go. So if you want to just read through all of that documentation, I sincerely suggest you do. And also you pop across onto the Telegram and their Twitter. Right, the Telegram's very, very active. Ask the questions there. The team are always popping in. What I would say about Elk is they're very focused on the dev side. Yeah, they're not. I would have expected this project to have blown up. I mean, and I'm emphasizing the blown because I thought it would be right up there as a top project in 21, but it's kind of hidden. And although it's not hidden because it's on CoinGecko, it's on CoinMarketCap, right? It's hidden in the sense of there's a couple of thousand people on their Telegram. There's a lot of people out there in the space, considering how many chains that Elk are on, that don't know about it. And because they don't know about it, and because the team are so heavily focused on the dev side, yeah, of course there's marketing, but they're focused on the dev side. This means we're getting a top-class product, yeah, a project, right, without everyone knowing about it. And I think it's about time that myself and other people who comment in the crypto space started putting some of our attention into bringing the masses to Elk. I see it as a one of the top gems for 2022. That's how I really see it, because I think they're trying to do, and they are delivering. They're trying to do so much, but they're delivering, and that's the key. For me, timely development is absolutely crucial to any project. As soon as I've looked at the team that are building it, and I've looked at the tokenomics, and I've done my kind of basic fundamentals, I'm looking at, are they hitting that roadmap? Are they launching the features? And they are over delivering and understating Elk. So let's just have a little look here, and let's have a rundown. So it looks similar. The look and feel very similar to a lot of the other dexes out there. Uniswap, this is basically a version of that kind of platform. Yeah, so it's just a little bit changed here and there, but generally speaking, a lot of the code is that kind of Uniswap code, right? And that's a good thing, because we know that works. We know that works. We know how to navigate through it. It's not something that we need a lot of teaching in. Those people that are involved in DeFi, we can just flick around and we know where to find things. So I like the fact it's that. I'm not bothered about it's not their own kind of UI or any of that stuff yet. That's coming. I'm happy that this is operational using this, right? So that's just kind of my perspective on it. Right, what we've got across the top here is ElkNet. We've got the pool, where we can put our liquidity tokens together, the farm where we can actually put them into farm and start earning rewards, single Elk staking, we've got the charts and the analytics, and then we've got any guides there if you want to go and read through the docs. This side, we've got the chain that we're on, we've got the amount of Elk that we've got in our wallet and some of the details surrounding that. We've got the native asset, so that whether that's AVAX, if you're on the Avalanche chain, here on the Who network, it's Who tokens. It could be Crow on Chronos. You get the idea, right? It's the gas token of that network. We've got our wallet that's connected, our MetaMask here, and then we've got the settings, etc., in the top right-hand corner. So it's easy to navigate. Very, very easy. So this is just the swap feature here. We can swap between one asset and another asset. I'm not going to teach you how to suck eggs. This is about creating your own cash machine. So what I tend to do here is, first of all, let's just have a look at the bridge. The bridge in itself is amazing. And the reason it's amazing is only charging you gas. So to go from one of the 14 chains that they're operating, farming on and staking, yeah, it's just costing you the gas of that network. That's pretty incredible. So what we can do is flick our Elk token one network to another with just the gas fee. Some networks, that's fractions of a cent. These are all EVM, by the way. They're all EVM linked chains. So all of them that are like L2s, yeah, that are built on that Ethereum virtual machine that connect into that. That's where we are here. So you've got like Avalanche C chain, yeah, Who network. We've got KuCoin community chain, XStar. You get the idea, right? So they're all interlinked with that. I'm not going to get into the technical side of it. I'm not a developer, but this is about how you can make and maximize profit, and you can set and forget with this strategy. Coming back once a day, as I said, for maybe 20 minutes, right? So this is us just on Who now. If we just have a little look at this, we can see that you can only transfer Elk. You can't transfer BNB, you can't transfer F, you can't transfer Who tokens. You can only transfer Elk between one chain and the next. But that's fine, because Elk is now giving us the ability to get our rewards in Elk and then flip it over to another chain where we might be able to hunt a higher yield. I like that. If we're putting a little bit of time and research into this, we can really maximize our gains. And of course, guys, what you've got to pay attention to, if you're not already aware, is the difference between the APR and the APY. APR is your annual percentage rate going across the whole space of the year. Annual percentage yield is when we start to put in incremental compounding steps into that process. I like to compound once a day. It makes a huge difference to the APR when we start doing that. And that's when the magic happens, when we start looking at the APY, which is your principal investment plus your interest per day. So you take your interest out, put it with the principal, and then you put the interest in again and again, and you compound that up to make a much bigger pot. Right. Next thing we need to look at is the maximum transfer we can do. Currently, I think Elk is about 250, 260. Yeah, 260, right? 267. So if that's 10,000 there, that's $26,700 we can transfer in one sitting from one of these networks to the next one. So you want to transfer 100 grand. Yeah, okay, it's a bit of a ball ache. We have to do 4 transfers. Who cares? It's costing the price of gas. It doesn't matter. And these transfers are going through in the space of just a couple of minutes. I think the average is about 2 minutes to bridge from one network to another. So as soon as you find that top APR on that other network, you're in there within 2 minutes and you're farming it. This is how quickly we can move in this platform. And one of the reasons why I'm surprised, so secretive, right? No one knows about it, but you guys watching this can take full advantage of it. Okay, moving on. Minimum 2 minutes between transfers. So if you transfer once, you try and transfer again, it's going to take 2 minutes. But by the time you wait for that one to come through, and then you're going to be able to be good to go. And what we can do here, look, guys, is we can just select our target chain. You've got all your 14 chains right there. So you can just see where you want to send it. Up here, we've got Who Network. Let's have a little look to see what we've created on the Who Network in the last 24 hours. So we come onto our farm, and we see here, I get 25 Elk a day at $2.67 from this. I've been involved in this now for several weeks. Each of these farming rounds, as we call them, you see up here where it says farming round, yeah? These are lasting 42 days, and there's a reason for this. Yeah, look at this. Farming Elk protects you against impermanent loss. 2.5% every single day for 40 days is given to you as an impermanent loss insurance. So you get 2.5% insurance on the first day, 5 second day, 7.5, 10. You get the idea. You're adding 2.5% every day. Over the space of 40 days, it's 100%. So you're covered up to the emission rate of that pool, right? So it's not just whatever you put in, it's only just down to the emission rate of the pool that the insurance is. But still, to get insurance of any kind in yield farming is an absolute win, right? You're covered. So that's great because you can be scraping off the table your rewards, knowing they're in a safe as platform and knowing you've got that insurance behind you as well. You can have a look at that in your own time. Oh, let's go back. Sorry, we don't want to go into the documents now. I didn't want to click on that. But we want to have a look at managing this pool. Now, we're in here. We've got these 25 that are ready to pull out. And we can see that it's a day because, look, it's saying 24.98 a day, just a little over a day since I last did this farming. I thought, why not share it with you? So I can show you how you're doing this. At 267, let's just use 250. At 25, we are looking at what? 60 odd bucks? Yeah, 60 odd bucks per day, right? In the in rewards, right? From my position here in this one chain, in this one bump, 60 bucks a day. Let's just call it 70, nice and easy to round up. $70 a day over the space of a week, $490 a week. $490 a week. I'm just coming on here. Look at this. We just claimed that. Look, I'm going to click onto there. We're claiming that. We're going to wait for it to pop up. We're hitting claim. Yeah, that's claiming. And then we're going to get a little notification at the top right-hand corner here. We're going to wait for that to come through. We're going to confirm that off. You can see the estimation gas fee is next to nothing over here on the Who network. And then we've got these Elk tokens that are going to come and be in our wallet. We're going to have these Elk tokens in our wallet, right? So we've got this little stack. We started off. We're now getting some reward. We're now getting some yield. So these 25 are coming in. Yeah, we'll have a look. This will update in a moment when we've got our tokens that come into our balance. In here, just to show you, just while we're waiting for that to happen, you can see the Elk price is 273 now, right? We've got the market cap, and we've got these total Elk in circulation. So we've got 3 million Elk in total circulation on all chains, and at less than $3, that is a less than $10 million market cap, isn't it? That's how small this is. I don't know why that's not gone through. We need to just do it again. We need to see why that's not doing. Just bear with me 1 second. Let's just put that on there. So it's pending, okay? So it's pending at the top right corner. Like I said, you should get the confirmation. Oh, I've got 25 in. It's just glitching on me. It's just glitching, right? The 25's already been done. That's just like going to claim this little stupid amount. But now we've got them in our wallet here, right? In our Who Network wallet, we've got these 25, nearly 26 Elk tokens, right? At $273 value. So we've got basically close to what? $70, as I said, yeah. So $70 there. Now I can either keep them and take them out. I can cash them out if I want, but I don't do that with Elk Finance. I don't do it. What I do is I take them tokens, I pool them all together, and I start earning another yield on them. Because over here, look, we can stake these, and you can see that I've been staking the rewards that I'm getting from farming and doubling down. So now I've got this, which is returning me 1.4, which is only what, let's just say 1.5. We're only looking at like less than $5, $4-ish a day. $4 a day for nothing. How much are you going to have in your bank to get $4 a day? So you get $4 a day off there. We've got 70 there. We're looking at nearly $75, right, from these two operations. Forgive me if my maths is slightly out, but you get the idea, right? So I can put them straight into here, and I can deposit my 25. I can do that if I want to. So we're just, okay, we can deposit our 25 straight in there. Look, we just do max, we approve that. Like once again, we come over to our MetaMask, we sign the transaction. Easy peasy, it all just takes a couple of minutes. Yeah, and then we deposit them into the pool. And if there's no glitches, sometimes you get custom RPC glitches, don't you, with these EVM chains. Don't worry about that. So we're going to put in these nearly 26 straight into there. We're going to start earning a yield on them. If we have a look at the APR in a second, let's move this off there. We've got 193 on the APR and single staking. So we've got the farm, which is returning us 217% APR. Remember, this isn't APY. This is APR. So we're going to be taking that out. We're going to use a compound calculator. We're going to put in our 217% APR over the space of a year. We'll divide that down by 365 to find what the daily is. And then we're going to put that information in so that we're going to be getting that yield on a daily basis. Remember, you haven't got the impermanent loss. And a lot of these farming chains, you've got the impermanent loss to take into consideration as the tokens move. If you don't know about impermanent loss, there's videos on my channel on impermanent loss. I've done 2 videos in the Providing Liquidity series. Watch them and it'll explain it to you. Right, so now we've got this whole thing going on where we've got these tokens coming in from the Who network. But guess what? As simple as easy as it is to click onto our MetaMask, we can come down to any one of these other chains that they are farming on, or we can farm on. Let's pop across onto OKX. Yeah, so the OKX exchange. Let's have a look here. Well, this one here is rewarding me a nice little 14.84 a day. I've left this one for just over a day. Look, and we've got another 19. So we've got another 20 elk. So that's another 50 odd bucks, isn't it? Yeah, 50 odd bucks. And what did we have? 70. That's already $100 a day. 2 chains. 2 chains. And what I'm doing is I'm taking this out, right? So I'm going to claim this out now. Look how quick it is again. Really super quick, easy to do, no problem at all, right? So we're claiming that out, and we're taking our little stash out now. We've got another 19 there, yeah? So we're going to claim these. We're going to just watch how quick that is. Make sure that you've got some gas. If you haven't got any gas, this has been the gas token. When we use the Elk network, one of the good things about it is we can swap one there. Look, we can just click that, and you can send to the next chain, and you can exchange 1 Elk's worth of whatever you're sending for gas on the new chain. Brilliant, right? So you can start your farming operations. But here we are. Now, we might not want to stake them. We haven't got anything staking here. We've got only 133%. I don't want 133%. I want more than that. I want more yield than that. So I want to send it over to the Who network. I want to send my rewards over there because we know Who is currently offering higher APR. I don't want to be involved in the 133. That's too low for me. I'm a yield chaser. So I'm going to take these 19. We're going to come onto ElkNet. We're going to put in the max. That's the amount that we've got. And we're going to select our target chain. Target chain being Who network. We've just come from there, haven't we? We don't want to swap any gas because we've already got some Who tokens and we want to transfer. It's going to ask us to confirm that transfer. We're going to do that. So we're going to hit that. And then it's going to send that onto the network, and then we're going to initiate that transfer of the Elk from one chain to another. And of course, you clever people out there are like, oh, I also think there might be an arbitrage trading opportunity here. What happens if the Elk is trading slightly different in price from one chain to the next? Well done. Well thought out. You can send, if it's really, really cheap, on one chain, you can send it across to another chain, should you wish, and you can sell out more expensive price, and you can take out the advantage, right, of that price difference, and you can profit from that. Happy days. Here we go. Initiated. You can see now, if you ever have a problem, by the way, you've got the TXID of the ElkNet, which is here. You can send that to the team and they can search out the transaction for you and help to see why it might be blocked. Very occasionally, if there's lags on the network, you might experience a blocked transaction. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. When it's initiated here, as I said, it normally just takes a couple of minutes. We're sending these 19 over. So what I'm going to do is I'm flicking across now to Who, because I want to go to Who. And remember I showed you here that was 133. And if we go back across and we use this and we click on here, we go to Who network and we flick. And all you have to do, guys, is just add custom RPCs. Custom RPC. Every time Elk release on a new chain, add the custom RPC in. Might be 3 chains, or even recently 6 chains in one session that they launched. Yeah, 6 custom RPCs, because you know there's going to be great APRs to be had on these new chains. And all you have to do is flick across what you're making, your yield on these other chains, Avalanche, Matic, Phantom, XDAI, flip it over. Then you've got a nice little pool ready to go, haven't you? You're all ready to go on that next chain. You've got a little pot, you start your farming, you pull out from your farming, you get your staking going on, and then you make that nice big pot that you've got in your staking, and then you're ready to go on the next chain that comes along. So here we are. Look, that's as quick as it is. It's completed. We've got our 19 Elk that have just appeared. What's that? Probably 2 minutes of me rattling to you, isn't it? 2 minutes. We've transferred across on the bridge for the price of the gas on that OK exchange. Easy, simple. So now we've got this. Move these off the screen for you so you're not bothered by all the token updates. Okay, now I'm thinking, well, I want to put the 19 in this stack as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to deposit here, because this is 191. I'm getting 60% APR, not APY. So 60% a year. Well, on my return here, why would I be using 133? I wouldn't be using that. And I'll show you in a minute, it can go even less. The more of the Elk that I put into these pools, of course, there's only a reward of 20 a day. The more that come into them, the more that they come down. Right. So the reward stays the same. And then the more that we put the Elk in, the reward has to be shared between more people. So the APR comes down. So I'm constantly, every day I'm doing the farming, constantly looking, seeing where the best place is I can put my assets. We have to take into consideration here that if we pull them out too soon, never good that, is it? Never good pulling out too soon. But if we pull out too soon, we have to pay the fees. So you have to weigh up. But the way that this coughs out, right, rewards for you, I'm telling you, you're not worried about whether you're pulling out 1% or something. If you're going hunting for another 60 a year, you ain't really worried about that 1% you're going to have to pay on pulling this out. I mean, what would it even be? 1% there's going to be like 3 Elk. Am I bothered about 3 Elk? No, I'm not bothered. So I'm depositing in now. I'm putting my 19 that I've just had. So I'm approving them to go into the single stake pool, which is over there. So I'm going to sign that off. We're depositing in. And all of this I'm trying to do in real time for you, show you like how quick this is. Yeah, I don't even know how long this video has been running for, but I'm trying to create that cash machine for you as quickly as possibly can. So we're confirming it in there, right? And that's done. So we're going to, we'll see in a minute, that 303 is going to go up by 19. So we're going to be looking at 322, and this will change. Right, so we'll be moving up. You can see it's pending transaction there. This will be moving up. Instead of 1.59 a day, it will move up incrementally. So that will give us more Elk yield on top of the rewards that we're already getting. That's pretty insane. It's doing the same thing again, isn't it? It's doing that like where I don't think it's been sent, but it actually has been sent. It's just not showing. So maybe we'll just quickly refresh that page, see if we can see if it's gone in. Yeah, it's saying that we've got none in there now. We've got 322 in liquidity. Just wait for it to kick in and then have a look. Again, I mean, this is just, yeah, you go 322. Yeah, so we're good as gold. We can claim that if we want. I'm not really bothered about claiming that. But what we can do, we can wait for that to grow. Right, we wait for that to grow, and then we say to ourselves, oh, okay, you know, that's like, you know, 3 days or something. That's another 5. Let's put the 5 in. So then you're getting a yield on your farming. You're getting a yield on your rewards off your farming that you put into single staking. You're taking that yield out, and then you're staking that back in as well. So you're compounding that back in. And this is the way you can just keep going up. I mean, what are we on already? We're over $100 already. Let's have a look at something else. What should we look at? Let's go across and let's have a look on Chronos. See what we've got cooking on Chronos. Chronos is here, CRO, Crow token. We all know that's been mooning recently. So that's what, look, we've got 432 that I've been stacking in here because that was quite high. I'm not really interested now in having the 150. Going to keep it in there until it drops a little lower, and then I'll pull that out and I'll put it into one of the ones, the higher upper 80s, maybe 200%. So we can see here that's 8. Well, I fancy that. But I'm saying to myself, is it worth it on the gas? The gas on the Chronos network is quite expensive. So I think, okay, yeah, I'm willing to pay it. I'm going to claim that off, and I'm going to get my 8 Elk out. These 8 Elk are going straight back into that pool, and I'm going to put them in. So we're going to do the same again. I like to just do repetition, so you can see what I'm doing, right? So this is, as we've got that transaction pending. So we're waiting to pull these out. These are going to appear here in our little wallet, right? So on our Elk wallet on the Chronos chain. While we're waiting for that, we'll have a look, see if there's anything going on in the farming. And the farming here, we're down to like 8 a day. So that's 8 a day. That's another $20. And we're up to about 120, maybe $125 per day. All right. And then over the space of a week, we're now heading up to $1,000 a week. I'm only on 3 chains. Yeah, I'm farming 10 chains. Yeah, I'm on 3. So you can see that this started back 7 months ago with a very modest couple of $1,000. Yeah, that's all I was doing, a couple of $1,000, and I've not pulled this out. There's no point in pulling out if you know anything, right, about compounding. You know, the exponential growth curve on compounding is on the tail end. It's not on the front end, it's on the tail end. You have to build up these pots. Think about it, right? If we pull out this, manage, here we go. We've got 10 there, so we're going to claim them up as well. We've got 8 in our little wallet, so this will be 18. So we've got 18 Elk, right? We're going to compound back in. Cash machine, just keep making it all up. Like I said, I don't want to pull out on this. I don't want to take anything off the table. I'm just going to keep taking the Elk, stacking the Elk. Right, and with something else cool as well, I'll come on to it in a moment. There's just so many good things with regard to this platform. I could be here all day talking to you about it, but I'm not going to waste any more time than I absolutely need to. So we've got this that's taken out now. This 10 is going to join our 8, and we can come here and we can stake it into our pool, right, if we want to. But what I'm undecided at this 150 whether that's something that I'm really convinced that I should do. I'm going to have a little tootle over onto KuCoin community chain, see whether there's anything a little bit higher there. So we'll have a look at KuCoin. We'll blast over onto KuCoin and look at the staking and see what we've got going on. Sometimes you have to just do a little cheeky refresh. Yeah, refresh the page, see what's going on, see what the APRs are. And let's have a look. Let's have a wait until we start getting some balance in here. Maybe a look on the farming. Wait for that to come in. Okay. So we've got another 7 here. Look, another 7 per day. So that's another $15, $16 a day. We're now up to about 140. Yeah, $140 a day cash machine. Yeah, I'm in England, and that is around about £110 a day. £110 a day. Some people go out to work for less than that, right? And this is all just about creating a crypto cash machine. Okay, so we can manage that. If we go onto the stake, well, let's have a look at what the stake is. 145. So it's around about the same one as the other one. We had 193. So for me now, who is the one that we want to do, isn't it? Who network is still where we want to be putting our tokens. So I'm going to go onto the Chronos, where we've got our 19. We're going to wait for the 19 to kick in. We're going to come to ElkNet. I don't want to be putting in the 150. I've decided I'm just going to let those ones. I'm going to let those ones build up. Yeah, in terms of just underneath here, 1.7, making me 1.7 compounded per day on my 432. 432. That's already over £1,000. Yeah, it's already over $1,000. So I've got $1,000 stacked now, waiting for 2 weeks' time when the new farming rounds are launched. In the meantime, there's other chains, yeah, that get launched. Yeah, there's multiple chains that are in the pipeline. So I'm just stacking these out, waiting for the next chain. Right, start farming first, create my farm and know I've got the impermanent loss. As soon as that launches on the first day of the 42-day cycle, I'm straight in there with my farming, pulling out of the old farm, putting them LP tokens in the new farm, starting to get them elk paid out. Yeah, getting them elk paid out, pulling them out, putting them into the single staking. The single staking is then creating a yield. Those yield are getting doubled down to stake again. Yeah, and then as soon as I'm putting them into stake again, they're building up and building up and building up, ready for the new chain. As soon as the new chain comes, I go to all of my little pools that I've got that are pulling all these different percentages, pull them all together, send them on the ElkNet across to the new chain, put them into the farm, start creating that cash machine on the new farm. You can have as many cash machines here as there are networks, right? As many, you can have 14. I've got 10. You've got 14 if you want. Cash machines paying you every single day, and then you can live according to how you want to live, because you can travel around the world. Guess what? You only need a laptop like that on your laptop. Compound, thank you very much. I don't know how long this video is taking. It's taken less than an hour. So this, all of what I'm doing now is showing you how quick this is when you start getting versed with what's going on. Last thing that I want to show you. So we've got this. We're going to come across. We're going to who, because we know that's where we're chasing the APR. We've got 19 going to who, we're transferring. We're coming up here to the MetaMask. We're confirming that transaction out. Yeah, it says like 1.45. I don't really want to be paying 1.45 CRO tokens for a transaction. It's about 50 cents. I don't really want to be paying 75 cents for a transaction. It's way too expensive. People say it's not expensive, Ben, compared to F. No, it's not expensive compared to F, but I am also working on Stellar, where you do 1 million transactions for $3.70, right? Or whatever the price of XLM is today. 10 of them will do you 1 million transactions. Why would I want to be paying 75 cents for one when I can do 1 million for $3.20, $3.70? You get the idea. So I'm always hunting the best possible deals. And if you're not already, get your asses over to Lumen Swap, right? Where Lumen Swap is an ecosystem on Stellar, and it's going to blow up. So go and have a look at that. I'm a lead educator there, and that's something to be excited about as well, that's coming in the future, right? So, well, there's stuff that's going on now, but there's even more lending and all sorts of things that's going to be happening in the future. So we've got this. We're going to be sending, this has already been sent, beg your pardon. So we've sent that across because we've confirmed it off. So if we go across to our who, we're going to get the 19 in, aren't we? We're going to come across to the who network, which is there. I do speak fast, by the way, so I know that some people in foreign countries will probably struggle with it, but that's just the way it is. I'm always amped. I'm always pumped up. I'm always loving the DeFi. So, like, just bear with me. If you don't like it, don't leave me a comment or a like. If you like it, then do. So we're here on who. We're waiting for this transaction to come in. And then what we're just going to do is we're going to drop it into the 190, yeah? We're just popping it into what we put into earlier. We're going to wang it in there, and then we're going to start, getting that working. One last thing, which I was going to teach you, is about the Moose. Right? And if you want a deep dive on Elk, go to their thread and have a little look and have a talk to them, and they're going to give you way more details than this. But what I'm saying to you is you can even get yield-bearing NFTs with this platform. Watch, we go across and we're going to go on to Matic network. So scroll down here, look, have a little cheeky look at Matic. We've got Matic in here, and it's 140, right? So it's 140% on single staking. But look, there's an extra tab. It's called Moose. We come onto the Moose, and we've got in the Moose stable, I've got a couple of Mooses. Bought these, you know, way back when. And you can buy, I think it's still about $600 or something for one of these Mooses. And you can see I've got a rare and I've got an uncommon, meaning that this one's like a 1.5 multiplier on rewards against this one. That's how it used to work. I don't know now whether it's changed, but I'm literally getting that many elk per day. I just forget about them. I know that it's crazy. I just scrape them all up and I just shove them in the single staking. But when they launch onto a new chain and they have these Moose drops, so they have a yield-bearing NFT drop that you buy for $600. And let's say there's 100 of them. There always was 100, yeah? So that's $60,000 that then does the liquidity, provides the liquidity for the new chain. Well, I think that's such a cool move. So as they launch a new chain, you do a Moose and an elk, but you do a Moose drop on this chain, you get your 60,000, you got your 60,000 liquidity to put into the next chain, and you keep bootstrapping liquidity with these, let's face it, they're gifts, right? They're antler gifts. My wife was like wanting to chop my nuts off when I spent $1,200 on two like antler gifts. So it's like, what are you doing? And I said, I'll tell you something, you just wait. And all these chains that have launched in the meantime, they've paid me so many times again because they keep coughing out rewards in elk every time. When you're holding these, every time there's a new chain, right, and they do a little cough out. So all of the Moose holders get a nice little bit of elk back. Guess what I do with it? Take the elk, push that into the single staking, or move it so it's ready for that new chain, split it down half and half into the one side of the elk, half into the other side. What you must understand with elk is when we look at the farming, every single farm, elk, not one of these, and that is one of the key things why this is sustainable. There is a use for the elk. You know, in a lot of farms, what you see is like Matic and USDC, don't you? You see all these kind of different pairings. Every pairing here has elk. No matter which one you decide, look, you go to any single farm, you've got to have the elk. So as you're stockpiling your elk in the single staking, you know you've already got half. You've got half of that LP position. You can buy into that new token with your elk, and then you can start off your cash machine. So just to reiterate to everyone, the way that we work, or the way that I work it is, I start off on a farm. I find a juicy farm that's knocking me out 200+% APR. When I find that farm, and I don't care, I'm not I'm a gunslinging crypto space bull, right? I don't care. I've got no affiliation with a single project. It's like, oh, you should be speaking about this. You should. No, I shouldn't. I hunt yields. That's what I do. I go out there into the, you know, the cryptoverse, and I hunt yields. So I'm happy to go to any chain. It doesn't have to be, oh, I'm just Binance Smart Chain, I'm just Avalanche. Like, why would you just be a maxi on one chain? You want to create generational wealth that is going to set your family up for life. Yeah, so you want to do that, and I'm not bothered. Like, you got 305% here. Of course, these ones, some of these smaller ones are going to be more volatile. Of course they are, right? But it doesn't make any difference. For me, it doesn't make a single jot of difference where I go. If I can start earning that, I know I've got the impermanent loss protection. I don't care. I don't care. At the end of that month, I'll get my impermanent loss protection, scrape it off the table, put it back into my pool, we go again. So to go back to what I was saying, we set up the farm with our single staking rewards. And if you haven't got involved in elk, start it off with a couple of $1,000. Yeah, if you start it off with a couple of $1,000, then you can get that cracking to keep in for the 42-day cycle. As your rewards are coming out, you put your rewards in single staking. Those will create you rewards. You double down with those rewards and put them in single staking. So you make these pots on different chains where the APR is the highest, and move them if necessary for the 130 in the, because here, if we look on single staking, this will be diabolical, probably under 100. Oh, this is 140. If we look at Avalanche, off the top of my head, Avalanche is about 60%. It's pretty pitiful. It's come down. Where are we? Avalanche. Yeah, we come onto our Avalanche here. Look at single stake. It's 60-odd%, as I said. Why would I be using Elk here? We can do it for the cost of gas and send it to Who Network, and we get 130, 120% on top of that. 120% APR on top of that, compounded. Why are you even going to bother putting it in there? Look how many Elk estates, 132,000 in there. Why are you going to be doing that? Why aren't you going to be pulling that out, sending it across and getting the top yield? Doesn't make any sense, not when you can send it for the price of gas. I hope you've enjoyed this. Yeah, this is probably, like, for me, probably one of the best ways that you can create your own cash machine using a DeFi protocol. I can't wait what's coming in the future. They're going to have their own stable coin that we're going to be able to use on the Elk net. Right, so that's one thing, because Elk is moving up and down, right? So it's a volatile asset, even though it's reasonably stable, still volatile. You're going to have that, and that's going to be pegged against the Swiss franc, I believe it is. Yeah, is it Swiss franc? I think so. So they're going to be having that. But also, we're going to be able to take the mooses that I showed you, and I said to my wife, I'm going to be able to use this moose and stake it with a network validator when the main net goes live, and I'm going to be able to earn Elk from the network validator in reward, right, for me lending them, right, or delegating my mooses to them. Like this, there's cash machines and there's cash machines. This is like a cash machine that gives you cash, but then that cash also multiplies out, and that cash multiplies out, right? It's just amazing. So if you're part of the Elk fam, I hope you've enjoyed this video. And yeah, just stay tuned, because when these other things get launched, I will show you gladly how I'm leveraging those to make even more yield. Take care, everyone. It's been great speaking to you. And yeah, I'll catch you soon. By all means, drop me a like and a comment underneath. Let me know what you think of the video. Subscribe and hit the bell if you're buzzed up like I am. All the best. Cheerio.